Good morning, amazing, blissful, omnipresent, omniscient, all cognizant, meaning you have God consciousness, immortal souls. That's all. You are all, and that's all. God in you, you in God. Simple. I'm so happy we get to have the most spectacular hour of our week. It's time. It's at least for me, at least for me, that is the case. And I rest my case. A good idea, right? To rest yourself from having such another human day today, even though it's a good day and you have a lunch plan or whatever, or it's not such a good day, woke up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever, that it's still Groundhog Day if we're not careful, right? And so thank God for God. Thank God for the divine teacher, our soul, also called the Guru, who's going to help us out of a real serious pickle that we have here on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good morning, Brooke. So happy to, you don't, you probably get it. I think we all get it here, or we wouldn't be here. But what a thrill it is to be on this virtual, in this virtual setting, and uh and just honoring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help us God, right? And honoring each other and who we really are. I mean, it's just it just lights up my whole being. So I hope it's the same for each of you. And as we continue today, I just want to probably let you know right from the get-go that we're calling this dream merciful omnipresence. Merciful omnipresence. And we're in the omnipresence of spirit right now. Everything is spirit. Everything is this beloved, right? The one beloved, one spirit heart beloved. And I'm just going to read a little from last week towards the end, so we can get the feel right away this morning. And we're going to continue along those lines, where God is saying, Krishna is saying, our soul is saying to us, hey, no matter what the difficulties are, I am ever with you. I am ever with you. I go before you. I'm actually clearing away the difficulties. You have no idea the difficulties that could face you. We're in amazing grace every day, in merciful omnipresence, right here, right now. So this sentence, we're on page 847, chapter 12, verse 10. And at the top, it says, Yogananda's commentary to this verse that says, if we're not able to practice continuous yoga, be diligent in performing actions in the thought of God. So if we can't really keep our minds on the divine all the time, we can definitely offer up our actions to God in the thought of the beloved, right? And even by engaging in activities on my behalf, thou shalt attain supreme divine success. All right. So up on the top of page 847, we read at the end of that paragraph up on the top that in time, really take this in. This is a really merciful day. This is a really opopono, that whole opopono, forgiveness ceremony, forgiving it all today. Why not clear the slate of all the blame and the shame, the guilt, whatever else is still hanging on to you like barnacles? We're in the fresh waters. So there's no way that the delusion can hang on us, really, in truth, in the fresh waters of this merciful omnipresence, right here, right now. So one day, and today may be the day, we will feel the presence of him or her or spirit who is ever conscious of our struggling efforts. Who is ever conscious of our struggling efforts. We struggle, and there's no need to struggle alone anymore, my dears, right? To be on this planet, to be in a body means struggle. Like going upstream the whole time, climbing one of those, you know, how many thousands of feet elevated, mountain tops in ever in Tibet or something, right? It seems like a Groundhog Day every day, doesn't it? But God is ever present of our every little thing right now, right here. All right. So just rest your case. Rest your case. Come on. Don't have a case on anything of this world, except that your only desire is to please the one who is the one that you are one with. All right. And the Bible tells us faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so this is a whole training, this whole life in gaining faith, in gaining trust, right? Fearless faith and total trust. Isn't it all about that? Every day, in every way. So faith is that substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. By performance of the right actions today, my dears, with faith in the Lord, we will ultimately find through perceptible response from Him who's aware of our struggling efforts, and a perceptible. Really take it on, really have no doubts. Pull out your two swords and slash away any doubts that might pop into your mind this morning, okay? Just for this morning, just for the next 50 minutes or so, all right? That's all. That's all God is asking, or even in this moment, just slash away the doubts. We don't need those anymore. And know that we are going to receive a response from that one spirit heart, beloved. Proof, and have proof. Proof. You want proof? You're going to have proof of His unseen presence. Have faith, my dears. Fearless, fearless, and total trust in this process of you becoming who you really are. What was it that Carl Jung said? He had a beautiful quote. Can I let you hear it? Can I let you hear it? How's that? All right. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I posted it. Anyway, what he said was something to these words, that the privilege of this life is to wake up to who you truly are. The privilege of this life, of this incarnation, is to become aware or wake up to who you truly are. Right? Yeah, that's our privilege. We don't have any rights because we're already endowed with the divine ecstasy and the divine consciousness. So we have privileges, though. And one of the greatest ones is to wake up to who we really are in this life, the I am. I am presence. I am presence. I am this presence, this merciful omnipresence. We all came here with all the gifts that and all the so-called super soul powers. We all came here with that. So we didn't come here to acquire them. We didn't come here to just say I'm able to do this and be able to do that. We came here to realize that we are all that. I am the presence itself. I am the merciful omnipresence itself. All right. I am the divine artist itself. I am the greatest business person ever. I am, because I am soul, and soul is all of that. I am the greatest business person ever, and yet at the same time, never claiming anything that you did about that, or I did, so called, about that. Right? That all was offered to the one beloved in selfless service. My oh my. Even if the seeker is discouraged, Yogananda goes on to say, by lack of tangible results. Do you remember this on page 847 last week? Well, this is a little remembrance practice this morning, okay? And not just of what's on the page here, but what's in the reality right now, in the reality of you and me right now. Even if we're discouraged by lack of tangible results, with blind conviction, Yogananda said, with blind eyes see them all hiding everywhere. Blind eyes see them all. See, we need the blind eyes to this, the things of this world and the distractions of this world, if we're really going to see and have proof of that unseen presence. See the unseen, right? Love the invisible, right? All that kind of beautiful stuff, only to develop fearless faith and total trust in this lifetime. So, with blind conviction, we should keep on. We should keep on keeping on with our meditations and serviceful actions out of awe and love for God. See, this is such a blessing, my dears, and I know you know this. And at some level, we don't get it, and at some level we do get it, even though it's a very deep level, right? So it's all of the above. It's the duality, dream delusion that we're existing in right now. All right. But underneath that is the oneness everlasting. And so if we can just do things out of awe and love for God with fearless faith and total trust, we're in great shape. But it's like, I don't know who else reminds us constantly of the utmost truth. And that's what we get every Tuesday. And we need a divine friend like that in our life, because who else is going to do that? I mean, for the most part, even we lose our faith. Even we lose our trust when we're with the wrong company, or the people who are the doubters, or the ones that will say, but that's not practical, all the reasons why. And don't be so holy, man. Right? And have to deal with all of that cynicism and doubt around this, you know, when we should be busy doing these outer things. This is why we're here on this planet. Oh yeah, we do outer things, but without any kind of selfish motive. So one who slackens or discontinues her efforts. So Yogananda says, last week, what was it? Perseverance is the whole magic of spiritual success. Don't you need a coach like that? I mean, the soul coach. I mean, your soul as coaching you all the time, like a Yogananda is giving us this wisdom all the time, and your soul is giving you this wisdom all the time. Don't we really need that? Because it's so easy to forget. Because if we slacken or discontinue these efforts, we find that our mind returns quickly to the sphere of matter, to this, variety show. It's habitual resting place. It will just default. If we stop, we default. If we slacken our efforts, we default. One day you're going to default. We're going to default to our soul gifts and all our divine talents, right? And all of the joy that this universe has as an essence, right? And this bliss as an essence, and this light as an essence, and this peace as an essence of it. And we are that, you know. I think Carl Jung said, or someone said, that, everyone's looking at the drop, but everyone forgets the ocean, right? Oh, let's go watch these guys surf. And we forget the whole ocean, right? Or we're looking at the waves breaking on the shore when the whole ocean is there to look at and be in awe and wonder of. But the devotee who perseveres with unabated zeal, desiring to please God, will ultimately find him. What a message, right? Just to hear this and not get mad or not shut it down, right? Or not default back to your old, habitual, complaining about this, not accepting what's true. The cure, Yogananda goes on to say, and this is just typical, beautiful, epic Yogananda. The cure for restlessness, he says restlessness. The cure for your distraction, distractional states of mind. The cure for feeling unworthy, your cure for not being accepted and understood like you want to be. The cure for all that, and we'll just talk about the restlessness, but you'll get the drift about what we need to do it with on other things rather than just restlessness. The cure for restlessness and all the things I just mentioned is continuous effort. Continuous effort to be peaceful regardless of success or failure. So what? In this life, Yogananda said, even if you're dying of cancer, you never admit that because you can't die. You can say, I am a fountain of youth. Somehow this body got whatever the karmic thing was, you know, it's going through its thing, but I'm not attached to that thing because I know I'm an immortal. I know I'm in. So even that, we're not going to accept. We're not going to accept this dream delusion duality. All right. We're going to let it be there. I think I have something. I have something. I have so many things I put up here because I never know what I'm going to use. All right. But this one says faith includes noticing the mess, the emptiness, and discomfort. Faith includes noticing the mess, the emptiness, and discomfort, and letting it be there. And then letting it be until some light returns. Okay? This is what we're talking about for today. The cure for restlessness is continuous effort to be peaceful regardless of success or failure. Strong, die-hard, restive habits die hard. They die hard. They don't die that easy. They die hard. Restive habits, or the default habits, at last are destroyed by the gradual strengthening of the good habit of practicing interiorized calmness. So we have to practice the antidote, right, of our human state. That's called transmutation, that's called alchemy. Alchemize it into the true state, the soul state, how we really are. All the gifts that we are born with, all the gifts that we so call when the body is ready to, you know, leave stay here while the soul leaves, right? We're going to go for that antidote. We're going to practice the opposite. The thing that with that for some people it's like, nah, that's impossible. But with God, nothing is impossible. We'll practice interiorized calmness in meditation. How's that? That's the cure. We'll practice the soul quality. We'll practice the truth in any and all states of human consciousness. We'll just practice the opposite, the antidote to all of that. The soul, S-O-U-L, Ushen, to everything, to every problem, is soul awareness. I knew two extremely ignorant students in my high school days in Calcutta, so this begins our reading for today, or his commentary for today. Owing to their inability to grasp the class lessons, they were subjected to the daily chastisement from the teachers. One of the students couldn't take it. He quit school and remained uneducated. The other boy, no matter what insults he suffered, kept on trying. Everybody was astounded when at the end of the year he passed creditably his final examinations. When we have this last breath go out, we'll have passed creditably our final examination. Lord, you are with me now as you've been with me my whole life. I am with you now as I have my whole life being with you. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita here advises even the most restless devotee, one who lacks a karmic predisposition that facilitates yoga. You don't have any kind of yoga sense at all, or care about yoga, one who lacks a karmic predisposition that facilitates yoga practice, to meditate persistently anyway, even if you're the worst meditator on the planet, to sit and close your eyes and give the mother, the cosmic mother, the mother of mercy, merciful omniscience. She is in her pronoia of this universe, everywhere in Mother Nature is this merciful omnipresence. So please don't be scared about anything out there, right? There's just merciful omnipresence. And that hidden one that is right here with you in the struggle. All right. How does that go? In the Jesus calling for today. Shall we pull it up? I am a mighty God. This is the reading in Jesus calling. Nothing is too difficult for me. I have chosen to use weak ones like you to accomplish my purposes. Your weakness is designed to open you up to my power. We had something like this last week from Jesus calling. Your weakness is designed to open you up to my power, to complete, full surrender in this merciful omnipresence, full surrender, so that we can feel God's power. Therefore, do not fear your limitations or measure the day's demands against your strength. What I require of you is to stay connected to me, living in trusting dependence on my limitless resources. That's good. The complete dependence on God's unlimited or limitless resources. That's good, isn't it? Complete dependence on God's limitless resources. Not just some of them, but his limitless resources. When you face unexpected demands, there is no need to panic. No need. Remember that I am with you. Remember, I am with you. Remember, I am with you. Talk with me and listen while I talk you through each challenging situation. I'll talk you through this. I will help you through this, each challenging situation. Similarly, the Gita here advises even the most restless devotee who lacks a karmic predisposition that facilitates yoga practice to meditate persistently anyway. Why? If everything else fails, we still have the perseverance, which is the whole magic of spiritual success. And we still, with our will to love, we can do that out of love for God and a desire to please him. Don't you love to be happy and to make other people happy, and other people that are happy to make you happy? Don't you love happy people? Maybe you don't love happy people, but God is happiness itself. And so when we please him, everyone gets a little taste of happiness on the planet, right? When we please the omniscient one, right? By being happy. For by that continuous spiritual activity, we will ultimately succeed in God realization. Do you believe that we're here for God realization, my dears? Huh? Well, today is the only day. So let's see how we can improve on our knowing of the truth, right? How much we can surrender if it's not a good day, or if it's a great day. Sometimes it's harder to surrender the great days because that's when you want to party, right? You feel good, right? You want to you don't want to miss out on the playthings. We don't say it that way. We don't even believe that we are engaged in the playthings of this world. But if you have a fear of the afterlife, if you have a fear of of missing out on something, if you have a fear of someone, that God pulls someone away from you today, right? Takes them to the other side. If we have any kind of fear on that, well, we totally have missed the point, so to speak, right? when it's all spirit. So we have a great opportunity today to live this day like it's the last. For God realization. For God realization. Yeah, for God realization. All right, not bad. Verse 11. We just went over to page 848, verse 11. But if we aren't able to do what I just said, what the guru has just said, if we're not able to do even that, what we just said, then remaining attached to me, then remain attached to me, surrender to me, stay attached to me, no matter what, right? In your little way, in a way that you can remember to stay attached, which will unattach you from the worries and the fears of death and dying and loss and all this kind of stuff, right? So we are attached. We stay attached to the divine as our shelter, as our shelter. He's just saying, well, hang on, dears, for dear life. And not at the end of the wheel where you're just barely hanging on, but at the hub. Just get in there and snuggle up to the hub. Like surfers will duck in and just stay in that kind of that zone, where it's kind of quiet in there. Actually, you don't hear much. It's just in the tube, in the tube. So we want to stay in the tube with God's presence as a shelter, or underneath our ninja yoga warrior turtle shell. Bring our 5 limbs in. I posted up another little thing, and it's a older couple, and he's reading the newspaper, and she's got her purse, and she says, I'm going into another dimension. Do you need anything?" The guy's just looking at her. Yeah, she's going out. She's going to another dimension. Do you need anything? Yeah, I thought that was very cute. So if we're not able to do this, then remaining attached in the shelter or underneath our ninja yoga warrior turtle shell, however you can feel shelter, give me shelter, right? Give me shelter. And relinquish the fruits of all actions while continuing to strive. So we got to let go of us doing something, right? Let Divine Mother do it. You have all her helpers, her angels going to help you get dressed today. To address any fears, phobias, worries, anything that's kind of got you a little paralyzed, from this hypnosis that we're in and this delusion that we're in. And we would just snuggle up to that. We just snuggle up, or just surrender into Divine Mother's, merciful omnipresence in the womb of all creation. She's the creator of all of this Maya delusion and physical forms, every type, all the way to the fishes in the deep blue sea, even to the rocks and the trees and the inanimate world. She is the one, her merciful omnipresence, the pronoia of Divine Mother. What do we have to lose? We have everything to gain. Even if we feel we're a loser, we have everything to gain. We have everything because we already are that everything. And self-mastery down here, Yogananda says, is to emulate those who have attained self-mastery like a mastered self. Emulate those who have attained self-mastery. Keep endeavoring to reach that goal. So we don't even want to make that so far out there, like we'll never have that either, right? We're just going to keep emulating those who have attained that. We're going to just keep having faith, hope, and total trust. So Yogananda says, if a devotee, owing to materialistic tendencies, if you have any of those still hanging on as a default, raise your hand. Someone raised their hand. Oh, lower hand. I did. I did that. I raised my hand and it raised up. Okay, right? So if a devotee owing to materialistic tendencies and mental perversity, in other words, a mental pervert, I'm working on a purpose statement for because we're almost like done in 3 weeks of this coaching thing I'm doing with Mind Valley. It's been fantastic, right? And I was trying to come up with a purpose statement for when I reappear, like on Facebook and Instagram, and come back into maybe doing some live streams and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of a purpose statement for the coaching, for the training that I'm going to be given in the new rendition, in the updated version, right? The latest of the greatest. you know, went up to the mountain for 5 years here in Georgia, metaphor, and saw the light. And I'm going to come back into Earthville, and share the discovery. So I said something like, I'm gonna help others get out of their mind thinking and into their heart of divine love and soul of realization, so they can have a personal, intimate relationship with God. And that's not an easy one. I mean, how many of us are still trapped up here, right? Do you need any help there? So that we can just be these heart dwellers in the heart space, right? And peace pilgrims at the fifth chakra, you know, that we walk for world peace. Can you imagine every time you walked that you felt you were a peace pilgrim walking for world peace? There was actually one woman that did that. She walked across the country. I don't know which one, and I think she got run over eventually. But man, what a message she was sending to the world. She called herself the Peace Pilgrim. So even if we have materialistic tendencies and mental perversities, and unable to perform material and meditative actions in the thought of God, and unable to perform material meditative actions in the thought of God just to please Him, we should then cling, it's kind of like dependence, cling to the Lord with faith, seeking refuge. Here it goes. We're getting down to our last resorts, if everything else isn't working spiritually for us or in this earth life like we thought it could, and it isn't, so to speak. We can seek refuge in God's unconditional love. Hello, Ma. Right? I run into her arms, right? I run into her arms as fast as I can, seeking refuge in Divine Mother's unconditional love, and perform all actions without concentrating on their fruit. So we still are working on that one, right? Without concentrating on the expected fruits of our actions. Such relinquishment means renouncing preconceived expectations and trusting. Here we go again. We talk faith, trust, back and forth, and trusting in the Lord's compassion and grace. So now we get the compassion and the grace. So you see, even in the GITA, with its, just its unequivocal, here's the truth, my dears. Even then, it just says, hey, if you can't do any of this, trust in the Lord's compassion and grace and Divine Mother's unconditional love, or God's unconditional love, to so order the outcome of one's endeavors that they will conduce to the devotee's ultimate highest good. So we don't have attachment to the outer outcome. We will conduce them, those actions and those endeavors, to our ultimate highest good. they will turn into such a boon for us, another antidote to this major Mayic delusion that we are in. Yogananda goes on to say, just by cultivating a simple faith in God. Wow. You've got to have it so deep inside. You've got to have it so deep inside. You gotta have faith, full attention in your heart. You gotta have faith, full attention in your heart. You've got to have faith. You've got to have full blowing faith. You gotta get back to your heart. You got to have it so deep inside. You gotta have faith. Good stream this morning. I think this is a keeper for forever, don't you all? Just by cultivating a simple faith in God. Yogananda goes on to say, even a blind faith, that's twice he said that. Even a blind faith in the beginning will do. Right? We could be feeling as human can feel today and still have a day of days, if you know what I'm saying, right? The weaker we are today, the more out of tune that we think we are, the more help we get. What is this? Our crown chakra, Heavenly Father, having a party as we go to that other side, in the land beyond our dreams, right? We know that all we got to do is knock, and the door will open for us, and ask, and we shall receive. Have you gone to the Heavenly Father? My Father and I are one. Success and joy, riches of this earth, the wealth of the universe belongs to thee, belongs to me. And all we got to do, as the Bible says, knock, and the door shall open. Huh? And ask, and you shall receive. Oh, make that the first go-to today. Go to your crown chakra and knock, and God will open it. He'll open the door, right? And you can practice your faith in seeing the invisible and feeling the response of that secret one, all right? An invisible one, okay? For proof that today is the day. We get to, oh, for such a day. I never sang the full thing of this one, but from bossy duties, binding ways, and hours of dollar strife, I wish I were a runaway. On the song. See, it's in his Songs of the Soul. Runaway. For from herring, worry hound, I'll flee one day. From throngs and restless crowds around, I wish I were a runaway. I wish I were a runaway. I'll run away. For oh, such a day, I wish I were. I wish I were a runaway. It's like, hey, honey, I'm going off to another dimension. Do you need anything? I'm going to run away. I'm going to escape. I'm going to escape from this duality dream delusion. I'm just going inside just to say hello to Divine Mother. Not just that, but to say, I love you. I need you. I trust you. I love you. That's all. And let her just hold me for the rest of the day. Not too shabby, right? So just by cultivating a simple faith in God, even a blind faith in the beginning will do, and by trying unselfishly to perform good deeds and meditative actions without focusing on their results. For you, Lord, for you, let it go, let it go, let it be. Right? Let the mess be. Let the disturbances that are still roiling inside of you, like a riptide, just let it be. Just let it go. It's not you. It's not you at all. Oh Lord, I am you. You are me. We are one. So without focusing on the results, that devotee in time will grow in spirituality. Yeah. His mind and her heart will become purified. Oh, purified mind and heart. If we just keep up, keeping on, keeping on, right? Perseverance is the whole magic of spiritual success. This is kind of what my new revised coaching program. It's still, the super soul chakra powers we're going to talk about, right? The super soul chakra powers. Oh yeah, a mind that's freed. See, it's the first thing I say. I'm here to help those that are stuck in this thing, in the mind thinking, and I want to help them baby step, take their hand, and help them get into this heart space at all costs, right? And to have them start to believe more, fearless faith in their soul qualities, their soul powers, and in the sweet surrender, have the total trust, complete surrender in Divine Mother's cosmic merciful omniscience, merciful omniscience, her merciful pronoia omniscience. All right. A mind freed, a mind that's free from the likes and dislikes that are born of the results of selfish activities. All our likes and dislikes are born because we've had an expected outcome. We had a self-centered motive or selfish motive for why we're doing something. We want a result, right? That's why when we don't get the spiritual results right away, like we can if we go have a Bud Light, right? Later after work, just because we had a tough day at work, right? Or something, just take a little nip of this, a little nip of that, right? No, completely God focused to please the one activities. So a mind freed from the likes and dislikes that are born of the results of selfish activities is able to manifest those super soul powers, manifest soul qualities, the super soul powers that we have. Right now at your third chakra, the power center, there's solar flares. You talked about the solar flares, or did you see any of those this week or last week? Right? And that we have those going off of us right now, like Care Bears sending love and light to our world. It's just happening. It's autopilot now. Our super soul powers that we practice here in the Love Force Revolution, that's what's happening. They're on autopilot now because you have trained yourself to be more divine than you are human. Congratulations, my friends. Thank you for this amazing, amazing recovery from the darkness. Amazing. And if it's still dark, it's even more amazing that you're here. No, Ryan G. Yeah, into the heart we go, girl. Into the heart we go for wave after wave of divine love crashing on the united hearts that we have in our hearts. Like each of us is in everyone else's hearts, kind of thing. And you bring your little circle of influence in there, and then you take the world at large. Well, what is that beautiful, beautiful quote that I had here, just waiting this whole time to share it with you? And it's a picture of a beautiful, it's a Rumi, but it's not from Rumi actually. It's from, who is it from? Oh, maybe it is a Rumi quote, but it says, just, no, Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart. Thank you, Narayan, for bringing up the hearts. You're welcome. You're so welcome. And I'm so grateful that you are in the hearts. You are in our hearts, and we're in yours. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. So this is why I wrote that song, wave after wave of divine love's crashing, crashing on the shores of our hearts. We're hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy, you and me. We're hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy across the sea. Bring your heart into that beautiful, true soul quality of yours, which is divine love, unconditional love, right? That's where we're going to have our refuge when things get tough, when we forget, when we get a little tired and a little rusty and things like that, right? That's why we need the unconditional love. But let's go in there together and feel wave after wave of divine love crashing on our hearts together, and just feel the ecstasy of hearts. Just feel the ecstasy of hearts. It'll put a smile on your face, just the idea of that practice, just to even consider that practice, not to mention practice it. Okay? So, a mind freed from all the likes and the dislikes that are born of the restlessness of selfish activities is able to manifest soul qualities. Yogananda goes on to say, when a restless person, for example, assiduously performs scientific meditation techniques assiduously, indubitably, without a preconditioned expectation. A preconditioned expectation. Oh, really? No way. No way. A preconditioned expectation of results. So when a restless person, for example, assiduously, though, performs scientific meditations techniques without a preconditioned expectation of results, she meditates better. Nice, nice. He will not be disturbed and be distracted by any frustrated craving for rewards. Wow. Wow. I should put that in the not only help people get out of their thinking mind, but get out of the frustrated cravings for rewards, constant distraction, right? Yeah. And that's usually happening in the mind that we crave those things. Can you imagine? It's not the thing we're after, it's just a mind habit that we have. We're still looking for some kind of actually escape from the truth, right? We're afraid of the truth, my dears. We're afraid that we're going to miss out on something. My little hubby and my little wifey, my kids growing up, their graduation, they're married, the grandchildren, whatever, whatever, right? We're going to miss out on something here. Okay, I get that. I'm probably the biggest baby there is around something like that. All right. But nevertheless, we shall march on. Our souls are marching on, right? But wouldn't it be nice not to have frustrating cravings for rewards? I've been good today. Come on. I need something. I need somebody say, hey, you did a good job, man. The spiritual novice used used to the entertainment of the senses often expects similar experiences from his or her meditative efforts. You know, you could go off to a concert and the loud music, or go see Joe Dispenza's one of his programs, like 8,000 people in a stadium kind of thing, right? And then they'll put on some great music. I mean, it's a high. It's a real deal. Someone's told me recently he's serving the light. The guy's real. He's real. It's something. Spontaneous healings and realizations. And the data of the science that tells you it's okay to be full on gonzo spiritual. The scientific data is now, it's almost like we needed proof, we needed to see the proof before we had the fearless faith. And then we see something, hear something, and we go, oh, now I can have the faith. But it doesn't matter, right? You get the faith, you get the faith any way you can get it. And if it's blind faith, then keep on going with that for a while. All right. So the spiritual novice used to the entertainment of the senses often expects similar experiences from his meditative efforts. I don't see the light. I don't hear the om crashing, the like waves in the background, just this om. I don't merge with the om. I don't blah, 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 right? She's expecting something to happen. Oh, I got a great quote here from Sri Uteshwar. We'll probably finish with it, but I'm going to give it to you now. All right. He said, to know God, don't expect anything. Wow, this is on page 849, top for the mirror. To know God, don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith. Launch yourself, throw yourself into the arms of the divine mercy, right? The divine omniscience. Throw yourself there at the feet, right? Don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith into his blissful presence within. Here I go. Into the blissful presence of the divine indweller, the heart lover, the one spirit heart beloved, who's in my heart and in your heart and every heart. Beloved, I'm so glad to see you. One spirit heart, beloved, one spirit heart. No, really, honestly, God, as the many, is that beautiful divine heart of yours. They're sacred hearts. We are all sacred hearts. Imagine next time you see a human, just God, beloved, I'm so glad to see you. Beloved, I'm so glad to see you. The one spirit heart in all hearts is what we're saying, right? One spirit heart, beloved, one spirit heart. Beloved, beloved's in my heart. Beloved's in your heart. Beloved's in every heart. Beloved's in my heart. Beloved's in your heart. Beloved's in every heart. One spirit heart. Oh, our beloved, only one spirit heart. Oh, our beloved, could there only be one love in my heart? Could there only be one love in your heart? Could there only be one heart in all hearts? Could there only be one beloved? Crashing wave after wave of divine love. Hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy, you and me, across the sea. Huh? Thank you for being fully attentive and having the intention of God union right now, God joy right now. So all the doors do open themselves right now, right? Have that intention as your attention, right? They go together, intention and attention. Put your attention on the intention to please the one, to go into the arms of unconditional love, right? So we're used to the entertainment, though. We're used to Tinseltown. We really are. And somehow we want to escape to that Tinseltown when we need to escape more into our soul magnificence, right? So that we don't feel like that we don't feel attached to this outer world so we can feel attached to the inner worlds. Oh, I have a beautiful thing. Do I have a beautiful thing? Do I have a beautiful thing? No, we'll finish just perfect, okay? I have a nice one other message, a daily download of divinity that says be available. I do believe. Be available. It's up on my Facebook page. Another daily download of divinity. Beings. So this merciful omnipresence. Beings of extraordinary consciousness and beauty are always trying to reach you. This merciful omnipresence. They have an amazing scenic tour to take you on that gives you peeks into the fifth dimension. Sorry, honey, I'm going out, I'm going to another dimension. Do you need anything? Kind of idea. They have an amazing scenic tour to take you on that gives you peeks or sneak previews into the fifth dimension. As long as you don't mind riding shotgun, because no bucket seats are available in this style of cruise, and are really into snuggling up super close to their magnetic love. They have the most exquisite, soothing vibration to enwrap your heart in, just to make you sure you experience at least the tiniest taste of heaven. They have the perfect bit of wisdom your soul needs for navigating in today's smooth or troubled waters. And they, I'm referring to now, is your higher self. Yes, indeed, my soul friend, you are much more than you could ever imagine yourself to be. You are so beautiful and wonderful that the universal paparazzi have a field day snapping photos of your luminosity and then placing them immediately into the scrapbook of your soul's ascension. Your scrapbook of your soul's ascension to the Most High. That's good, isn't it? You are cosmic lightning rod, where lightning like higher frequencies of supra sensitive divine feelings pulsate through your heart chakra in regular intervals of ecstatic love. You are still, calm, insightful, and all seeing that a leaf doesn't blow on a branch without you sensing a holy presence nearby. You are a messenger of truth and voice of spirit, leading your lower nature from darkness back into the light. You are the bliss side to every human experience. I love that. You are the bliss side, the antidote to every human experience you go through. You are the light side to every blacked out state of ignorance. You are the peace side to every battle still raging, a war within you. Today, as are all days, is a day not to budge from your seat of inner awareness and deep contemplation. Receive with all your mind, heart, strength, and soul, download after download of glorious realization streaming live from you, your glorious higher self. You are totally turned on and tapped into all that is. You are always trying to reach yourself. Be available. We're going to finish this commentary by Yogananda, and we're going to fly away. We're going to fly away. We're going to say, "Excuse me, I'm going into another dimension." When we get off the stream this morning, okay? So, our minds are long conditioned to considering. Oh, the senses. Oh, so we expecting similar experience from our meditative efforts. This frustrated craving for rewards. We still want to be entertained. Our mind is long conditioned to considering as stupendous and desirable anything dazzling to sight, sound, or sensory feeling. Long conditioned to considering as stupendous and desirable anything dazzling to sight, sound, or sensory feeling. But in the highest thought realms of divine consciousness, spiritual experiences, in the highest thought realms, are very subtle and therefore sometimes pass unrecognized by the devotee expecting dramatic manifestations. The greater the subtlety of one's spiritual experience, the greater the subtlety of one's spiritual experience, the greater its relative physical and spiritual effect. So subtlety is good, man. It's not the Tinseltown that we're after. It's the subtlety of this hidden divine one, man and woman. Phenomena are the manifestations of the nomenon or God. The former are cognized by the sensory faculties, physical or astral, and the latter by soul intuition. In the words of my guru, and we'll end here, you heard these just a little while ago. In the words of my guru, Sri Teshwar, to know God, don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith into his blissful presence within. I'm going to read this 2 or 3 more times. Close your eyes. Really receive this. Really receive it into every one of your 27,000 trillion cells, my dears. All right? To know God, don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith into his blissful presence within. To know God, don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith into his blissful presence within. One more. To know God, don't expect anything. Just launch yourself with faith into his blissful presence within. That is complete, unconditional love, I'm adding. And so it is. Blessings, blessings, blessings are pouring into you and me and all our sibling brothers and sisters on this planet, my dears. And thank you again for showing up to this live stream, this love stream in live. You know, we're glorious sons, magnificent love radiating our splendor to the whole wide world. Third chakra, care bears, right? Care flares, solar flares of goodwill and light and love, right? We're glorious sun, magnificent love radiating our splendor to the whole wide world. We're hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy across the sea, you and me. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody. I completely love you, completely, madly, and deeply.